Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on grouped frequency table. When there are a large number of scores, we can group them using class intervals. To find the mean, we find the class center and use that to find an approximate mean for the total number of scores. The following example will illustrate this method. So let's look at example 1. The following table represents the mass of students in a particular year level. Find the center of each class interval and use this to find an approximate mean for the entire group. The mass is in kilograms. So here, this class interval is from 50 to 54 inclusive, 55 to 59 inclusive. So if we want to work out the mean, all we do is find the center. So the center between 50 and 54 is 52. The center between 55 and 59 is 57, and so on. And these are the frequencies. So if we remember from the previous video, we multiply the frequency by the score. In this case it's the center, okay, and that's the answer for each of those groups here. So 2 times 52 is 104, 3 times 57 is 171, etc. The sum of the frequencies is 20, so if you add the frequencies up, that is the total number of scores or groups, will give you 20. And the sum of the fx column is 1305. The previous video, which showed us how to find the mean from a table, tells us that the mean is the sum of the fx column over the sum of f, which is 1305 over 20, which is 65.25 kilograms. So that is the approximate mean for the whole group. The reason I say approximate is because the class center for each of the groups, or for each of those class intervals, is an approximation which represents each particular class interval. It's not an exact measure, but it's an interesting and useful way of finding quite a good approximation to the mean for the whole group. Example 2. Find the mean for the following group data to 2 decimal places. So here are the class intervals. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 class intervals. These are the frequencies for each class intervals. If you look carefully, these are each of the midpoints. So the midpoint from 126 to 174 is 150, either midpoint or class center. So that's the case for each of those. And when we multiply f times x, we get each of those answers there. The sum of the f column, so when we add all the frequencies, we get 75. The sum of the fx column, when we add all those numbers, we get 21,442. So the mean will be the sum of the fx column over the sum of the f column, which is that number over this one, which is 285.89. Remember, it says to 2 decimal places. So this is a very good approximation for the mean for this entire information, which contains class intervals. Because it contains class intervals, and we're just working with the class center, you can't really find an exact answer, but this is a very, very good approximation. So this video has shown us how to find the mean from a table which contains class intervals or grouped data.